Hello everybody and cheers! Thanks for the invitation for the interview. We're Digest from South Germany. We're a death metal project with grass and punk influences, and I'm Tommy. So far I've done the vocals, some rhythm guitars, the bass and some drum programming.
Yeah, and I'm Manu and I did the lead guitars.
And the band name, it is obvious, Digest. I think it's kind of something that fits to death metal, because digesting something is death metal, but it also has a second meaning, like you always have something in life that is hard to digest and that you have to deal with, and which also gets into the lyrics, and overall I think it just sounds cool. That's how the name came to be. Next question about Hard to Digest. So it is a demo which contains 4 songs, but these 4 songs are not going to be on the next release in any re-recorded version or something like that. They are going to stick on the demo and in the near future not on some other releases. It's been released on tape in wonderful red and on CD. We recorded everything at home ourselves. Basically, it's started that I wasn't able to contribute to my other bands songwriting wise anymore, and I wanted to keep writing songs, and so I just started something else. During recording, I felt that I was too incapable of playing the lead guitars myself, so I asked him, and he said yes, and also recorded the stuff at home, and basically that's it. We sent it to Mage for mixing and mastering, and that's what came out, surprisingly. Okay, next thing Antichrist magazine wants us to talk about is the lyrics. This is something I don't really like talking about, because I don't really enjoy writing lyrics, but unfortunately they have to be there. So I felt like for this kind of music, because of the punk and crust influences, the typical death metal lyrics wouldn't fit, and I decided to write about something else, something that that I think about from time to time in everyday life, and some things that affect everybody and that seem important to me. So the lyrics deal with consumption, they deal with pollution, they deal with racism, they deal with how we perceive, or at least how I think many people perceive news. Behind the cover artwork, I enjoy talking about this much more than about the lyrics. So it was done by an artist called Moya, so M-O-Y and an A, and actually she's my girlfriend, and so I was like, could you try out to make a cover artwork for my demo? It should look like a demo, so don't be too perfect. Just write a little pile of gore with some things that relate to the band name. And so she did a little brainstorming. She sat down for about 30 minutes, honestly, and then she made a little sketch, and I was pleased. So that's how the artwork came to be. It was already perfect, and then she finished it, made all the details, and which took about another half an hour, as she told me. That's how a demo cover should come to life. About the cooperation with Unholy Prophecies. When everything was closed close to be finished, I asked Reik from the German Krach Manifest sign if you could suggest me any labels that could have interest in our stuff, and he told me to ask Unholy Prophecies. I had heard the name before, but I wasn't quite sure what he released. So I checked out his homepage, and surprisingly there were bands or there were releases that I already had in my collection and which I really like. For example, Sacro Scum or Chaos. And so, yeah, why not ask him? I wrote him an email and sent him the songs, and already on the next day I found something in my emails, and he said that he would put it out. And after that, everything went quite fast and easy going. So nice.
So, what we generally think about the importance of labels, like I think we have quite good experience with small labels if they are well organized and have a good distribution. I think it's always nice to work with a small label because you don't have to do so much on your own. They take care sometimes about the layouting stuff and anything else. And if you get some, for example, some copies which you can sell on your own, everything is perfect. For me personally, it's not very important to get money or anything from a label. But what we generally don't like is, for example, if you have to pay for your releases, which in some cases labels want you to do that.
Yeah, I think I can agree on that.
About our plans for a complete lineup and maybe some live sets. After I finally was able to convince Tommy that we should play live with this band, because it should, I think the sound is perfect for playing it live in shows. He decided we should do it, and at this time already a drummer and a guitarist asked him they would join for any live shows if he wants to do it. And we also found so far a bassist, and they are friends of us and they are all part of the local metal and punk scene. And we will start our rehearsals soon, and we will see what happens.
Recent heavy music albums that impressed you a lot. So we decided each of us is going to be allowed to show you 3. So, although this is not an album, I wanted to show it to you. This is the Thesis Christ demo, and I like it a lot. It was released by FDA Records, and it is really dirty and also punky death metal. And I decided that I want it, and I wrote a letter. I wrote a message to the guys if they would like to change demos, and they wanted to. Nice, thank you. Next one is the new Defeated Sanity album. I like this band a lot. Usually music I listen to makes me happy most of the time in different ways. But this is a pain in the ass to listen to, but in a good way. It's a strange band somehow, but I love them. And what also has to be in here is the recently released album of our friends Necrowald, Totenzug, Festering Peregrination. Really creative stuff. Well done!
I brought 2 releases from Iron Bonehead. The first, I'm trying to pronounce it properly, it's the new Chthonic Cervix album. I really like their music. It's totally crazy. They have a very, very distinct songwriting, but not too progressive. They still have a lot of brutal parts in it, and yeah, I really, yeah, and even some catchy parts. I really like it. The next one is the Black Curse, their first release, and it's from members of Primitive Man and Spectral Voice, and you can really hear it in their sound. It's a perfect combination between both of them, and it has a really dark atmosphere. And the last one is an album which it's a classic, I think, but I bought it recently, and it's the first At the Gates album. I think I really like the sound of this album. It's very creative and rough. Like for the other releases of At the Gates, I think they are not as boring as Bolt Thrower, but still I like this album the most because it has the roughest sound and very good songwriting. The next question is how the COVID-19 will affect the metal scene. I think there isn't much to say about it. Well, we cannot see how the future will be now because there are so many changes, or there were so many changes during the last months, and maybe we can guess that streaming concerts will get more popular in the future, or maybe we will lose one and the other small metal club, but as I said, we cannot really tell anything at this point now.
What are our plans for the future?
Drink beer.
Yes, that's it. What are our plans for the future? As we already mentioned, we are going, or at least we plan to complete a live lineup, and to get the songs ready to be put on stage, and hopefully it will be possible sometimes in the future again. And furthermore, we have already written the basic structures, the basic music for 10 songs and a few lyrics, so we plan to record an album in the not too far future. That's it. It's going to be enough work.
Okay, thank you Antichrist Magazine for inviting us for this interview, and cheers everybody.
Cheers, thanks.